Another Zone Sportsmanship Challenge of Demented Doom a go-go for Headpone or for anyone else who might be interested. Snork Slicer Mk.2 Anomaly Edition with an axe. Loadout doesn't matter, just as long as you have an axe. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think all axes in this mod deal the same damage. But what differentiates them is how fast their condition wears down when you're using them to chop up mutants, harvest their hides and organs and such. Truth be told, that would be really difficult to do with an axe compared to a knife. I really wouldn't have a problem with that task having to be done with a knife, which would give the player more of an incentive to carry both a knife and an axe, and use them each both for more of what they're intended to be used for. But, as it is, an axe completely outmodes a knife, so if you have an axe, you don't need to carry a knife. That's all beside the point. It has nothing to do with the challenge, just a fun fact, I guess. First, a normal Snork using only the axe, and of course the idea is to hack it out of the air, but I want to see if it takes one or two strikes. You can use whatever kind of strike gets the job done. Nimble little minx, isn't she? Well, that looks like a good method of doing it. I brought along a pistol in case I decided to wound the Snork before doing the axe thing, but it looks like that's not going to be necessary. Precise number of shots per burst for a zombified stalker. Of course, a cat would have to come over here and interrupt my fun. Really an overly optimistic distance for a pistol. Where does this myth come from that AKs are inaccurate? The Scorpion is trash changed my mind. And the VZ61 is the worst version of it, because it's chambered for one of the most pathetic calibers ever. 32 ACP, I mean, what's the point? You're better off with a 25, or even a 22. Alright, so this kind of strike, I'm pretty sure it deals more damage than this kind of strike. By all means, correct me if I'm wrong, because if it doesn't, then what's the point of having two different strikes? But striking like this seems to do the job better. And strafing to the left, I'm not entirely sure if this actually makes a difference gameplay-wise, but it seems like you're more likely to land a strike if you strafe to your left, turn to your right, because you're hacking into the Snork's lunge. I have a scope, but I like to test myself with iron sight. This is my probably my very favorite gun. Stat-wise, it's the best, the overall best AK, even better than an AK-103. Is that a monolith goon? Yeah. Of course, being 7.62 by 39, it's not going to have the effective range of 545 or 556. But it has plenty of knockdown power. Gonna have to get that other monolith goon off my back before I continue with my Zony Go Nuts fun time. Also, 7.62 by 39 in Anomaly, with or without gamma, hits almost as hard as 7.62 by 51. In standard issue Anomaly, only 2 ammo types in 7.62 by 39, standard FMJ and M43. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in our world, our timeline, M43 is the Grau Index designation for 7.62 by 39 FMJ, standard mil-spec military issue ammunition, referring to the year 1943, which is when that cartridge was adopted for military service. Is that the 338 version? Yeah. I don't need to collect every scrap of bad ammo. I do like that color scheme. Earth tone color scheme. Alright, well, forget about that other monolith goon. He must have found something more interesting to do. No mask Snork. Yes, that seems to be the perfect way to land a strike on a Snork while it's lunging. The no mask Snork appears to be wearing more modern equipment. Let's see if a strong one can withstand more than 3 strikes, with or without a mask. Normally I'd be harvesting all the mutant parts. But that's not the focus of this exercise. Reminds me of the abomination from Magic the Gathering. Also kind of reminds me of a humanoid flesh pig. Even more so if its eyes were asymmetrical. Now I'm going to try to wound a Snork before giving it the axe. Oops. I have that same gun, 6-hour P220, and I bought it back in 2007. The year Shadow of Chernobyl came out. That's also the year I bought a pair of Matterhorn boots. Which just happen to be almost exactly the same make and model of boots that comes standard with the Sunrise suit, or standard Stalker suit, and other armors available in the core games. The specific model that I bought was a bit different, had metatarsal D-rings, which made them fit more like hiking boots. Huh. I expected one shotgun blast to take down enough of its health that it would do its wounded crawl. Stick with bog standard normal Snorks. It's not doing its wounded crawl. Alright, so I don't think the type of strike that you do makes quite as much difference as I had previously thought. Oh, by the way, why not use the slide release? If you're a right-hander using a pistol with a right-handed slide release, why not make use of the slide release? I shoot left-handed, so this is exactly the way I would do it.
It's just too much of a pain to try to press down on a lever that you're meant to press with your thumb using your left index finger, when it's made to be pressed down with the right thumb. Better to have ambidextrous controls, which unfortunately most designs don't. To be fair though, that does add more machining time, more complexity, and by extension more cost. That does appear to deal more damage, but it's also more difficult to land a strike on a fast-moving, evasive target.
Gotta do it again, gotta do it right.
I said I have to do it right. What part of do it right did I not understand?
That was the non-wounded one. Took that out with one strike. Try strafing to the right for a change. That works. Doing it this way, this way. I still want to try wounding a Snork in such a way that I only have to swipe at it and strike it once while it's in the air and just take it down without having to repeat the action of swinging my axe. My weapons are too good. My ammo is too good. Alright, I'll shoot it twice with my awesome SIG. You want the SIG, don't you? No one's gonna get that reference.
You want the SIG, don't you?
It's a reference to the movie Feds.
An 80s action comedy that I highly recommend.
Well, that was fine, but it was inconclusive. The amount of damage the pistol shots did, along with the axe strikes, it didn't seem to be much different from landing the right number of axe strikes.
I've already accomplished what I set out to accomplish. I'm just fooling around now. Both had moist nuggets. If you like to stash holdout weapons in different regions of the zone, in case something happens and you need to fall back to a semi-secure location and resupply, the sawed-off TOZ-34 makes a fairly decent weapon to stash in places like that. You'll find lots of them. Cheap, easy to maintain, easy to replace. There's no way that works anymore.
Could do one more. And of course I screw up the first strike. Screwed up 2 strikes in a row. Nailed that one. Maybe because of the principle I explained earlier. Hacking into the Snork's leap. Nope. Has to be done right or it doesn't count.
Now I'm getting cheesed off. I just want to do one more so I can end this right.
Whose idea was it to make it impossible to duck under Snork lunge attacks?
Double whammy.
Oh! Almost perfect.
Really? That's gonna be the finale? One in which I screwed up? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to be satisfied with that. I kinda liked nailing that double whammy with the 40 mil. Well, shucks. I hate imperfection. I hate ending on imperfection. But my patience is depleted, so I'm going to have to.
Is that indicative of a duty-like mindset? I still prefer to think of myself as a man of balance. Maybe I'll continue to do different versions of this. Maybe in the future with lurkers even. Till next time, catch you on the flip side, or in the words of Bruce Campbell, catch you on the flip-flop.
Я ранен!